Hello and welcome back to a new watercolour video. Today I'm going to be doing some more sketchbook stuff and I'm going to be using this Holbein Acrylic Gouache, and yeah, I thought I would do some more patterns in the sketchbook and possibly gouache and watercolour combination, kind of like mixed media. So I recently bought this absolutely beautiful little set, and this is the palette that I'm going to use, that I've just purchased. It's brand new. I saw this on Becky Traeger's channel. So this is what I'll use as a palette so that it doesn't dry up while I'm painting with it. Keep it from drying out for a good few days. And this is the paint set. I just could not resist this. Look at the artwork on the front of this. This is absolutely beautiful. This is by an artist called Rebecca Green, and this is more of her art on the inside. So cute. It's absolutely gorgeous. So just in case you're not familiar with acrylic gouache, you can't just put it on a normal palette because it'll just dry up and it'll stick to your palette. Now this set doesn't have a white, which I'm okay with that because I've got a tube of white. That's actually better in my opinion because you always use a lot more white, so it's better to just purchase a large white on its own, and then you're getting more colours in the set. I think I'm going to leave this page because I would like matching colours on this side, so I think I'll go to this one. I'm going to add some of this beautiful Bailey J washi tape. I'm going to start with just a square pattern because I'm just loving doing squares lately. So this one's gold, which is quite nice. I've never had a metallic gouache before. I mean, it's nice, but I sell watercolour gold and I don't think you can beat watercolour gold. It's like, this is like a thick gel, so it doesn't kind of disperse like watercolour does, and I'm completely biased because I make them and sell them, so there we go. So that's all the colours. I think this one's my favourite, and I love this blue as well. It's really nice. It's getting quite late, so I'm gonna cover this up and carry on again tomorrow. It's got this orange strap, which is handy. I'm not advertising this, by the way. I just saw this on Becky's channel and wanted one. Yeah, so that it's going to hold it secure. So I'll open it up tomorrow and see what those look like. So a few days it's actually passed now, so I've got a feeling this is just going to be spread out over the palette, just like this one. This is, when you leave it for days and days, this is what happens. This is acrylic paint from about a week ago. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, spread out. I'm going to use this up to do a little bit of colour mixing. Try and get rid of some of that. Oh, it's okay. So I've been able to soak up some of the water sitting on top, and I think that should be absolutely fine. So I'm going to get some white. I need quite a bit. And now I'm just going to do a few colour mixes, and especially with white as well, to make some lighter colours. And I'll just do some little squares. I'm looking to find some nice autumn colours. Okay, so gorgeous autumn colours there. It's a really nice palette for autumn, this. I mean, the colours just on their own don't really look very autumny, but you can definitely make loads of nice autumn colours out of this. So these ones are a bit more watery, that's why they look streaky. Fancy doing a nice diamond pattern, because I saw a lovely diamond pattern on the front of a book and it was really nice. I'm just going to freehand it, so they're not going to be... It's not going to be like really perfect. I'm going to try and make them even, but it doesn't matter if they're not. So I'm probably going to carry on with the little square end brush for this. Yeah, I think that'll fit nicely in there. So this is just a cheapish one that I got from China. I get a lot of questions about the brushes. People like to know exactly what brand, and I know why you want to know what brand, because I'm exactly the same. I watch videos of other people painting and I want to know the exact brush they've got, because I usually want to get it myself. So yeah, this is just a cheapie from AliExpress out of one of them packs. Yeah, just something else if you're not familiar with acrylic gouache or acrylic paint. Don't mix it on a plastic palette, because you can't get it back off, in my experience. But it will come off a ceramic palette. It'll peel off you can scrub it off with some hot water and it'll peel off. But I've made the mistake in the past of mixing acrylic paint on a plastic palette and it just dried and never ever came back off. So I'm going to do this. I've got like a kind of strategy that I'm going to do for this. I'll mix two colours together to make a new colour, and then I'll paint a few diamonds in that one colour, and then I'll add some white to that colour to make it lighter, and then paint some diamonds in that colour, but just scatter them about. And then I'll just keep doing that with different colours until the whole thing is filled up. So just for example, I'm going to get some of the red and some of the mustard. Just add a tiny little bit of water, not much, like a tiny little bit, just to give it a little bit more flow. And it doesn't matter if it's not fully mixed, because I think it looks nice when it's got them streaks. So I'll paint that on a few of them. And I'm not going for super straight edges or anything, I'm just putting it down. Like, this type of thing is just so relaxing, so fun, so easy. So you're getting to use your supplies. Without it being too complicated and stressful. Add some white to that mixture. I think it's actually going to be nice with a few little streaks in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to get the tape off, see what this looks like, and then I might add the gold because it's not looking very nice, but it might be when the tape's off. Yeah, I'm going to line it with the gold. So I would use my own watercolor gold for this, but I know it won't work on top of anything acrylic because it's water based and it won't stick to an acrylic finish. It'll stick to normal gouache but not acrylic gouache, and water it down a little bit to give it some flow because it's very gloopy. I mean, it's not going to be straight. There's no way I'll be able to get it straight. Okay, I think that looks quite nice, but yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with that gold, because that means I've got a nice gold that I can use on an acrylic finish, because with the watercolour not sticking to anything that's not kind of watercolour, it's handy to have a gold, and I might actually buy a silver in this as well, but I think that looks quite cute. And I've smudged it. Great, brilliant. Now I'm thinking I want to do a little pattern of dots, just a whole page of dot patterns. Yeah, I'm going to use dot and tools. Yeah, it's definitely sticking to it. Okay, so let's experiment. I want to stick with the same colours as the diamonds. I'm doing some of them off the edge of the page. I must say this is very easy to do, and I think it's looking really nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna go with the really tiny dot and tails. I'm gonna do some tiny dots all over the little white areas. So I went for a lovely walk the other day with my sister and her dogs. I did include a few little clips at the beginning of the video. Absolutely beautiful scenery. I went to Cogra Moss and just played around with the dogs, jumping in and out the water. So I've got some more footage of that, like just beautiful, beautiful scenery. I'll stick that at the end of the video if you'd like to watch that. So it'll be interesting to see, because now all this was, the smaller dots were orange and now I've moved on to a different colour. So it'll be interesting to see if I keep changing the colour up for the little dots, what it'll look like at the end. And I'm going to do tiny gold dots for this very last bit here. Okay, so that's another one done. You can see the lovely gold. Yeah, this is probably the stuff of nightmares for anybody who has that circle pattern phobia, like my sister. I kind of wish I'd maybe done a yellow watercolour background and then put the dots on top. It's not really that effective, but it was just a bit of fun, a lot of fun to do. So yeah, I'm just going to put that footage on now of the lovely walk that I had the other day. And thank you very much for watching. I didn't actually get to use any watercolour, but some of these were a little bit watery, so that's kind of watercolour-ish. And my next video will be up on Sunday, so thank you very much for watching. He jumps up and down like a little rabbit, doesn't he? You got your stick? Got your stick? Where's your stick? Where's your stick? Huh? Do you want this, Mia? Do you want the stick? Here you go.
Paddy.
She's like, are you joking?
She wants to.
It's a bit of a jump, isn't it? I don't think she wants to.
Ready, go! Paddy. Hey, Paddy, ready. Go on, find it, find it, find it.
Listen for me in a violin. Listen for me when the knife is turning. Listen for me when the world is burning. Babe, would you listen for me? Listen for me in a crowded street. Listen for me in a winning streak. Listen for me when you're at your peak. Babe, would you listen for me? Listen for me in a child's power. Listen for me in a golden hour. Listen Listen.